Good afternoon, everybody. It's the Lord's Day, Sunday, and man, what a good Sunday it is. I was having fun earlier. We got some snow, and so I shoveled, and it's a great opportunity to go out and help people. But today, let's pray first. Everlasting God, please help this stream to be a blessing to somebody. Please help somebody to get something out of it, something that's applicable for their life. And please help this stream to be honoring to you. Thank you. We love you. In Jesus' name, amen. So, verse of the day we got is James 1 through 17. And that section is about faith and endurance. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And in game, we're going to leave off right where we left off last time. So we were getting copper ingots. And don't remember exactly why I was doing that. They're used for something. I think I was gonna make a brew kettle. And an oven. Okay. And was there anything else that I needed? I don't think so. And then what do we got for quests? So we got lower depths, which we do definitely need to do. Oh, yeah, we need to make that key too. Yep. And then Endurance Highway, which we're not going to get to for a little bit here. Then Steel Pickaxe. Endless Stairs. Yeah, so my quest might be messed up, but we will see. So if it is, it is. No, it's not. But let's get some of this going. So, like I said, we're gonna go James chapter 1, faith and endurance. So we can read it really fast. And to read it, we got, dear brothers and sisters, when trouble of any kind comes your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, or mature in some Bible versions, needing nothing. If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and he will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking, but when you ask him, be sure that your faith is in God alone. Do not waver, for a person who has divided loyalty is as unsettled as a wave of the sea that is blown and tossed by the wind. Such people should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Their loyalty is divided between God and the world, and they are unstable in everything that they do. Believers who are poor have something to boast about, for God has honored them. And for those who are rich should boast that God has humbled them. They will fade away like a little flower in the field. The hot sun rises and the grass withers, the little flower droops and falls, and its beauty fades away. In the same way, the rich will fade away with all their achievements. God blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. Afterward, they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. And remember, when you are being tempted, do not say, God is tempting me. God has never tempted to do wrong, and he never tempts anyone else. Temptation comes from our own desires, which entice us and drag us away. These desires give birth to sinful actions, and when sin is allowed to grow, it gives birth to death. So don't be misled, dear brothers and sisters. Whatever is good and perfect is a gift coming down from our God, our Father, who created all the lights in the heavens. He never changes or casts a shifting shadow. He chose to give birth to us by giving us his true word, and we, out of all creation, became his prized possession. How interesting. So what I got from that this morning was we have active faith. So verses 2 through 4 is a test in the midst of trials. Not how fast can I get out of this trial, but how can I grow in this trial? How can I be tempered? When you're blacksmithing, if you ever done blacksmithing, you would know that when blacksmithing, you have to get the metal to just the right temperature at just the right time frame, and temper it at just the right time to be able to make a hard yet pliable blade. Because if it's too brittle, it'll break. If it's too hard, it'll break. And if it's too pliable, you can't keep an edge and it's worthless. So either way, too hard or too soft, it doesn't work. So getting it just right requires hot and then cold and hot and cold. A tempering process. So verses 2 through 4, when any troubles of any kind come your way, consider an opportunity for great joy. That is 1,000%. Getting joy because you are being tempered. It doesn't feel good, for sure. It's not a happy experience, but it's considered joy. Okay, so we got that, and now we need a couple more copper ingots to do our oven. There we are. Okay, so next is verses 5 through 8, a test of dependent faith. A test to be dependent on the Lord. I mean, when we try to do things on our own, yeah, we may be pretty good at stuff. But comparatively to the Lord, who knows everything and is in every point in time, all the time, he knows. He knows what's good for us. He knows how he made us, what blueprint our spirit was made to. He knows us before we were even born, and so intricately that he doesn't just know what we're going to do. He knows how he made us so that we do what we do. I mean, it's so intricate and so wonderful and amazing. And so, a test to be dependent on God. That's hard. That's hard. Being dependent on God at first, man. If he tells you, like, hey, go talk to that person, or hey, I want you to go get groceries today instead of tomorrow. That seems small and whatever, and like, oh, I don't want to do that, or like, I have this whatever, or I have an excuse. But man, like, it's important, and you may not realize why it's important, but it's so important. So be wary, watch and listen, because God the Father knows. He knows what's good for you. He knows what you should do. And it'll always work out for your good and his glory. If it is God, and you know it's God, you should test the spirit. But second of all, when you do what he says, it'll always work out for good. Verses 9 through 11 is a test of perspective. Believers who are poor have something to boast about, for God has honored them. And then later it says, in the same way, the rich will fade away with all their achievements. So, man, how odd that James is like, oh yeah, the poor are rich and the rich are poor. Well, no. I mean, obviously, we know who has money, right? But what he's saying is that there is not something, like in last stream I talked about the rich young ruler, is like there's not something in the way of number one. God is number one in their heart. And so money is obviously something that we strive after in this life. We obviously want money because it gets us a lot of things, right? But is it really good? Well, money's not bad. For sure, money is great. There's a lot of rich, really on fire Jesus people out there. But there could be a lot of rich, evil people too. So it's not money. It's the love for money. It's greed. It's trying to find the God-sized hole, to fill a God-sized hole with money. That is not good. So, verses 12 through 15, a test of endurance. God blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. Afterward, they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. And remember, when you are being tempted, do not say, God is tempting me. God is never tempted to do wrong. He never tempts anyone else. Temptation comes from our own desires, which entice us and drag us away. These desires give birth to sinful actions, and when sin is allowed to grow, it becomes death. It gives birth to death. So, man, we don't like now, right? I don't like sinful desires. I don't like the feeling of the whisper of like, no, you should just go take that stick of gum or the pack of gum from Walmart. Like, that's not good, right? And I don't necessarily want to do that. But what about the things that are the things that you're at your weakest, right? Like, what if you really struggle with lying, right? And somebody comes up to you and they're like, hey, can you work a certain shift at work? And you know you can, definitely, right? But then you say, no, I have this thing that I have going on and I can't do that. How easy is that? It's super easy. We all fall into it, right? But that's still lying. It's still not good. And it's maybe a good for you purpose, but is it really good? No, because you did it with lying. Regardless of the outcome, the lying happened. And so those things that we struggle with, and we all have our own struggles, but they pull and they whisper and so on and so forth, and it makes it complicated to do so. So those are the things. Temptation comes from our own desires, which entice us and drag us away. Drag us away from what? From the Father. Sure, we could look at it as a legalistic, as like a Pharisees, make laws, put yourself under those laws to become holy. And Jesus obviously had a problem with that. But what he means is the Father. And when when a sin is allowed to grow, it becomes death. It gives birth to death. When you allow that lying, when you are like, well, it's just one little white lie, it's okay. Nah, because the next one's going to be a little more and a little more and a little more. And all of a sudden you're lying about your whole life, and your whole life is a lie. Lie upon lie upon lie. Now your base is sand. You've gotten rid of the rock. You've gotten rid of your foundation. And now it's sand. And what happens when you get caught? I mean, we can look at the total evil that can come out of that with people who get in prison for really bad crimes, like killers, right? Well, they got there somehow. Some of them are sorry, and some of them aren't. You know, so what's the difference? One believes their own lies and one don't, but somehow they got to that point. Somehow, somewhere, either they lied to themselves or somebody else lied to them enough to where they believe it and did it. Regardless of the outcome, it happened. And so God in his grace and satisfaction, satisfaction in us and humanity, yeah, he'll make sure that you know it, that it was bad. And he'll forgive you if you bring it to him and repent. And that's great. It's awesome. But it takes that giving it to him. Like, man, I'm sorry I lied. And not just saying I'm sorry and keep doing it, but sorry and turn the opposite way. God, help me to not lie. Help me to turn from that. Help me to love you to such an extent that I don't want to lie. That I would rather tell the truth, because it's not only maybe not easier, but more straightforward, to the point where that is my first reaction, not lying. And it takes work and effort, but it happens and it works. And then we got the very last part of that last verse of verse 15. What is death? Man, death simply is, in this case, anything that's away from God. Like, the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. Well, we see this with Adam and Eve, right? Like, they didn't immediately die, but God didn't lie to them and say, well, you'll surely die. Well, the moment that they separated themselves from life itself, because Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. He is literally life. Doesn't just know what life is. That means they separated themselves from life, and that's the moment that they became mortal beings that are dying. Yes, they lived 900 years, but check it out a few generations later. Now people are living to, 130 and then 100. Like, you see it take place. I mean, fallen angels are still powerful, but they still separated themselves from life. So that means that they carried a certain amount of God-given life in their blueprint, in their being, but they themselves are no longer alive. They separated themselves from life, and that means that they are destined for the place of Satan and his angels, the lake of fire. So they know that they're getting there, and they want to fight it anyway, and I would too, honestly, but they know. So it's so important to speak with purpose, to speak with authority, because, like, as a man, as a husband, I know that my words are a sword. And if God, for example, God wants me to speak with authority, right? I know that, like in the book of Acts, it says that Christians have the authority to heal the sick and cast out demons. You know how much power of God's power in you is necessary to do that? That's a lot, right? So let's say he gives you that power and he trusts you with it, and then you turn your back on him and you don't do that. What happens? You just use the sword that you were supposed to use for him for yourself. So your tongue is sharper than a two-edged sword, right? It has the power to cleave evil, in this case, casting off demons, off of somebody, casting them out. Or it can cleave good. You can get your own feelings and desires mixed in there. And now all of a sudden you feel self-righteous. Not God-righteous, not holy righteous, but self-righteous. And now you can't do anything but try. Oh, there's a lot of spiders. Oh boy. But try and do your own thing with God's power. And that is not good. That will crumble and fall. We see that many times throughout the Bible. Many times where somebody's anointed or somebody's given a certain amount of power, and then they fall to their desires, and they fall to whatever is around them. And the enemy knows for each person, it's It's, you know, special to that person. But it happens time and time again, and God says, okay, that's not good. We're not doing that, right? We are not allowing that to happen. And that's a painful experience. For God to have to tear down stuff that you built, so you get back to square one, and then build stuff with God. You can't just build God stuff on top of not God stuff. That just doesn't work. You can't do that. You can only build God stuff on the rock from the beginning and no other. So, yeah, that's a hard sequence. But it's worth it. Totally. That platform's a little odd, but oh well. Anyway. So the last part of our verses today. Don't be misled, my dear brothers and sisters. Whatever is good and perfect is a gift coming down to us from God our Father, who created all the lights in the heavens. He never changes or casts a shifting shadow. He chose to give birth to us by giving us his true word, and we out of all creation became his prized possession. There's so much information there that I'm probably not going to get to today, but maybe. I mean, God never wastes a word when he's talking about stuff. Like, he doesn't just say fillers, right? Like, you ever watch an anime and, like, there's, like, 10 episodes of just total nothingness? You're like, why am I even watching this? God doesn't do that. Every word is purposeful, with intent, and necessary for whatever he's talking about. We may not know exactly why, but that's because we're not God. We don't exist outside of time, outside of our universe, but he does. So, 16 through 18. A test of God's character. What if God was double-minded? So, yeah, if you see, well, let's take Marvel, right? How many times do you see heroes and villains fighting each other? And then, oh, well, now the good guy's bad and the bad guy's good, and now they're fighting each other. Still. And they ended up just fighting. I mean, it's fun to watch, sure. I like watching Infinity War and Thor comes out of nowhere and blasts a bunch of, you know, demonic-looking beasts backwards, and it's cool. But man, all the morally gray stuff. It's like, man, what if our God was like that? What if he made us and decided, not today. I'm not going to take care of him today. I'm not going to want to be around him today. You know, what kind of God is that? And that's a lot of small g gods. All of them, I would say. I mean, how many people groups worship something? And then that God can't do anything. Or doesn't protect them. And they're betrayed. And they're, you know, oh, how could you leave me behind? I mean, we even see that in Marvel, in the last Thor movie, right? The like, I forget his name, but the Death Sword wielder, right? Because he appears before the one that he worshipped, and they treat him like dirt, and he's like, well, how could you, right? That's how. They don't care. Only the one who made you cares, because he made you, because he loves you so much that he designed you from scratch, every part of you. That is a God worth following. That is a God that I want to follow. No other. No other do I want to follow. Or could I follow? After seeing the stuff that I've seen about how God works and what he's done, nah, no other. I mean, let's just take a few Bible times, like miracles, right? Parting the Red Sea. You ever think about just how the physics of the parting of the Red Sea would work? Like, what about the fish? What if the fish is going to work and he's trying to swim across, and all of a sudden there's the hand of the one who designed you holding you back so that people can cross in front of you. You ever think how weird that would be if the fish were sentient enough to think about that? How odd, right? He had to keep every molecule back. He had to somehow, we don't know how exactly, we can speculate, we can have it simply like, well, he's God. Well, that's easy, but I think about the science of stuff, and it's fun to speculate. So, man, how is it that they walked on dry land? Like, what amount of heat was needed to dry the sand out on a riverbed? Because we know, if you've ever been swimming in a lake or a river, it's mushy and gross mud that's inches, if not feet thick in some places. That does not dry out quick. You ever see if there's a drought, there's still mud after weeks and weeks and weeks. And somehow there's dry land that they're walking on. The mud that's supposed to be there is gone. How odd, right? So the amount of heat that's necessary and or pressure, that amount of heat is what I would say, it's not necessarily supernatural because it is natural, but it's a form of a natural that doesn't happen naturally a lot. It happens, but maybe not at the bottom of a desert sea. I mean, imagine if the Great Lakes, one of them parted and a bunch of people walked across it for not a day, right? Like, it took them a while to get across it. Walking across this thing. I mean, that was not an ordinary trek. And they did it. I mean, how interesting. So, stuff like Jesus walking on water. How does that work? I mean, you can speculate stuff like, well, he changed his buoyancy or bonded himself to the surface tension of the water. All that could happen. But he's God. He can do whatever he wants to. He could just, like, not play by his own rules. But he likes to play by his own rules because he made everything. Clearly, he likes to play by his own rules because Jesus came and died for us in human flesh. He could just be like, snap his fingers, oh good, we're all saved. No, he played by his own rules because then he could set himself up, as God, in front of all of the hosts of heaven and earth, in front of the earth and the people who live here and everything that lives here. And secondly, the reason why he did it in the way that he did it, besides his own glory, is for our good, right? How everything else works out. So how does that work out for our good? But that means that we are covered by the king, just like the prodigal son story earlier. We're covered by the king. We're given a robe. We're given a signet ring. Now we're sons and daughters. You know how wild it is to be a son and daughter of the king of the universe? That doesn't mean we're gods. No. But we are sons and daughters. We're made by his hands. And so that is a blessing. If nothing else, a blessing. The Bible says that we'll be above the angels. That, again, doesn't mean that we're going to be gods. But if we're thinking logistically, that just means we will have a place in the house of the Lord. We'll have jobs. We'll have purpose. And I'm good with that. I don't care. I don't care how much power I have. I would rather my name be forgotten. That's why I'm nameless and faceless when I'm streaming. I don't want to be known. I would rather God to be known. I would rather his name be known. I would rather the nations know him only. And that doesn't change in heaven. I mean, I don't care. So what? I'm restored. I know that he keeps his promises, so I will be, if I obey and worship him, I've given my life to him. That means, yeah, I'll be there with him. And that means I can be with the one, my Father in heaven, my heavenly Father, the God of the universe forever. That is sweet. So, yeah, that leads us into, why do bad things happen to good people? Well, suffering is always going to happen because this earth is not, it's not perfect. The creation that God made was perfect. But after sin entered the world, I mean, it's like if you give a phone to a guy from the 1800s versus if you take our phones away. Well, a guy from the 1800s is not going to know a lick about an iPhone, right? He is not going to know anything about an iPhone. He is not going to know how to operate it or how it works or even how to turn the screen on. But we do, right? And so if God was to take a metaphorical phone away, we would still know how it works. We still know how to text. We still know how to go on Instagram, right? But same thing goes for sin. Sin enters the world because we try to be our own judge, because Adam and Eve knew consequences. Maybe not the gravity of being away from God, because they had never experienced that before, but they had definitely experienced being close to God. And if they saw his glory, close to him, being close to him, and chose to be away from God, that is a just cause and effect. That was the ramifications of their choice. Regardless if they liked it or not, well, too bad, you chose it. I mean, let's face it, they chose to be away from God. And sin entered the world. It's not, I mean, the Bible says that because of one man's sin entered the world, then a man has to pay, right? And that's obviously talking about Adam and Jesus, but effectively Adam's sin, that doesn't mean that we're paying for his sin. That's not happening. But it is here because of him. Like, he chose, it's now here. We can't just forget about sin. And we know this because of stuff like God, like, you know, I'm sorry for lying. Well, okay, but I still know how to lie, right? So imagine this is, we see Adam and Eve, and the moment that they sinned, right, what happens? They saw that they were naked. Well, why'd they see that they were naked? Because they were no longer covered in God's glory. They were no longer had the robe from the prodigal son story, right? That glory could no longer be there on them. Now, God took them out of the garden, and subsequently he made a way back for them with Jesus playing by his own rules, like I said. And because of this, quite interesting indeed, that that was an act of mercy. So there was two trees, right? It could have been anything. It could have literally been a tree that bared literal, like, apples, right? Or whatever. But it also could have been, you know, any one thing The Bible says trees, so we're going to assume that it's trees. Or plant that bared fruit. But it wasn't the fruit that was like magical. Like it wasn't magical, you know, cursed apple, right? Like in Snow White. It didn't like put them to sleep and whatever. Okay, that's not how that worked. It was they made a choice. The moment that they ate from the apple, right? That's what the Bible says. That means the moment that they made that choice, they themselves were separated from God. And that's exactly what the Bible says. And that means that in that moment that they chose to be away from God, they were no longer covered in his glory. They were no longer putting themselves under his judgment and his, what we would call God's steering, being in the driver's seat. And so they now saw their lack of glory. They saw that what we all try to do, fill a God-sized hole. Well, we try to fill it reactively. And so they were trying to do the same thing. They saw that they no longer had the glory that they did from God, covered in his glory, not their glory, not their own glory, but his glory. Ooh, good, a loom. And so that they saw that they were naked. They saw an inadequacy that human beings could not establish. And so they tried to make a cheap copy, a cheap knockoff of this covering that they couldn't necessarily establish, or they did establish, but couldn't re-establish. And so they made clothes out of fig leaves, right? And so, side note, the fig leaves were really interesting in this case because the fig leaves are talked about many times, like many times in the Bible, but we'll just give you a couple here. So let's go to where it said here. So Matthew 21, Mark 4, Luke 13. Jesus curses the fig tree for bearing fruit, even though it was time for harvest. It wasn't bearing fruit, even though it was time for harvest. This symbolizes barrenness due to lack of faith. But why here? Why fig leaves with Adam and Eve? Adam made clothes out of self-righteousness because they had no longer that glory, right? And they were overtaken by fear and hid. So God obviously is walking with them. Because what does he do? He walks into the garden and he goes, "Why are you hiding?" It's like a kid that just took a cookie out of the cookie jar, and the father's like, "Did you eat a cookie?" He knows, duh, right? There's chocolate all over your face and crumbs on your jacket. But he's still going to ask him, right? And so it's a sign of a loving God. And then secondly, he takes them out of that, right? Like, he doesn't let them eat from the tree of life after they ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Meaning, he didn't allow them to be judged like Satan. Satan was judged eternally because Satan was eternal. He was in God's presence. He was a priest, a minister of sorts to God, to the throne, right? Like the Bible says that he was the minister around the throne, right? Higher than the other principalities. So if he was the minister and he saw God in glory, full glory, and he had enough pride to just do it anyway, that takes a lot of pride. That takes a lot of pride and self-righteousness. So, oh no, falling. So now we're going back to the story. So now they see that they're naked. God kicks them out of the garden. He doesn't allow them to eat from the tree of life so that they're not eternal, so that they have time, which would literally mean in time. They're now in time rather than in eternity. And they can then have time to, first of all, be sanctified, and second of all, be redeemed by Jesus. So he made a way back for them, and that was always the plan from the very beginning, before they even existed on Earth, which means it was in the plan to beginning, and he knew what they were going to do, and he kept them safe anyway. And he had mercy on them. He could have just smited them and started over right there. But nope. They lived. And they taught their children, well, try to teach their children how to live for God. And we see the first time in the Bible where there's parenting struggles. Boy, does that sound fun, right? But hey, Israel came about eventually. And then Judah and the line of David and Jesus. And because of his sacrifice on the cross, we can be then saved. What a glorious sacrifice. Bloody, awful suffering by Jesus for us. Yes, truly a good gift. I do think that, okay, coming back to the game that we're playing here. They got kind of carried away there, but man, there's no better subject. I think that this room, it's like the depths, is exactly the same as when I played through it the first time in my first game, because the way that I'm placing the platforms and stuff on the walls look very, very similar. So I'm pretty sure that this area is not procedurally generated. It's only the connecting points in between the main points that are procedurally generated. And or the ore is definitely different on the walls. I can't see any right now, but we passed some earlier. So I think that's where it's different. I do know that there is... Oh, we don't have any black diamonds. There's a map stone down here. Really should have brought one with us, so we'll have to come back to it. Unless we find some orcs down here. But we also do need a bunch of this balsam wood. I don't know how to say that. I don't speak that language. We're gonna go with balsam wood. That seems right. And I don't have the enchantment on my axe yet, but there is an enchantment to get the next wood type that we'll run into. I don't know if we're gonna get to it this stream, maybe not, but as a chance drop from any wood type, which is really nice. So yeah, I do really like Lord of the Rings, and how intricate Tolkien wrote Lord of the Rings. Like the way that this wood type is written, right? That's a nod to Tolkien's languages that he made. Like, he was a world-class linguist. Like, he made languages just for Lord of the Rings, so that he could say, oh, I transliterated one of my languages to another one of my languages and then to English just so I could tell the story. How odd. But wild. And very fun to listen to and watch. somebody died. This poor guy died in the water in poisonous mushrooms. Ah. Yeah, I do want to get a bunch of this while I'm down here, though, because I don't want to come back down here if I don't have to. Oh, yeah. Alright. We're still looking for that map stone, though. I thought it was down here. That part seems to be different as well. Oh, there it is. And I could take some of this as well while we're at it. Nice. Nice. All right, yeah, I don't think we have any of these. We'd not. Well, shall we go up or shall we go into the caves and try to find some? I say we go into the caves. Why not? We'll start rebuilding these. Ooh, that we need. I forgot that was down here. This is silver. Do I have inventory room? Yeah. We'll get some of that. Silver is nice. But we're definitely going to have to adventure around in here a little bit. Just to see if we can find all the statues. At least for the crossbow. Because the crossbow will need a little bit. Oh, we're enshadowed. Edge.
Oh, this must be it. The ancient pilgrim road, Arik Topto.
Very nice.
I hope it still leads to the eastern stairs, the way back up.
Oh, fun. Alright, let's see if we can find some orcs here. That seems to be a dwarf, though, that I can rescue.
The lower deeps, dark, damp, and dangerous. Just how I like it.
Yep. Dwarven survivor. Yeah, let's get him. Ah, you wolf.
Terrifying ordeal. Wolves have stalked me since the accident.
That's nice. Anyway, I want to get some cranberries. We have a lot of different ways we could go here. We'll go this way. See what happens. I do want some of the stone so I can build up statues. Like this one. And typically in these areas, I want to... Like, you see the little cutout in the side of the mini-map? Those are doorways. Either ones that you have to cut out or that you can walk through. And those are areas that are explorable. And then if you see on the kind of the wriggly side of the map, there is no doorways, and those are the very outside of the total procedurally generated area. So I cannot go any farther than those. Ouch. I'll fire sword you. Yeah. Nope, we're at the drain pumps. This is why we need the crossbow. Oh, if you guys remember in the Lord of the Rings, if you ever watched it, when they get to the doors of Durin, and Gandalf is trying to figure out the riddle, because he says, "Oh, speak, friend, and enter." Nice map stone. Very cool. So we'll have to come back here. But the Watcher that appears and subsequently attacks the Fellowship when they're trying to get in, right? When they get into the Doors of Durin, and then the Doors of Durin collapse behind them. That Watcher, the giant octopus-looking thing, the Nameless Beasts, one of them, or maybe the same one, as far as loose translation and lore is concerned, is in the depths of the drain pumps, and so that's a boss fight that you have to deal with. It is a pretty fun one, I will say. I had fun, but it's not super hard. You just got to shoot the eyes. Are we for real? Are we for real?
They're coming.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me eat some lembas bread before we do this. Oh.
That's one more for me.
Okay. I'm gonna mess up your whole camp. I wish there was a parry in this game, but there's not, as far as I know, or at least not to the level of like a Souls game. All right, come on.
That's all you got.
Those guys poison. Ouch. Come on. All right. So I think I've succeeded. I do want this orcish key. Hopefully there's some stuff that I need, which there is. Very nice, very nice. Also, there's this bat here. Come on. All right, then. He's cheesing me. Be gone. Ah, you got stuck. All right. Well, the bridge has saved me. Thank you, the place for running, walking, guarding. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna find out what we can do here. Oh, we got some ironwood somehow. Is this salt? We need salt. It is salt. Very nice. It doesn't appear it goes any farther, unfortunately. But, you know, it's salt to salt. That is nice. We're going to find out what's back here. Oh, joyous. More orcs. Hiya! Oh, that guy hit me. That hurt. So the blue number that you're seeing is basically the armor taking damage. So your armor in this game effectively works as a secondary health bar, sort of like a shield in Fortnite. It works as an extension of your health, but once it's gone until you go to a repair smithy and repair it. So it's kind of unfortunate that you can't do it in battle, especially in a boss fight. But I totally understand that that would be functionally kind of complicated. So it's all good. And I don't really want to take arrows, because that's just not that worth it to me. I just don't use those, so doesn't really concern me all that much. What's back here? Nice carving, honey, that, statues, nice. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to explore this area, and that's exactly what I needed. Let's see what the map looks like. So basically, this area over here, that way, I'll need to explore. But we do get the thing that we were looking for initially, which is really nice. This is gonna hurt probably. Itch. Pain. I don't feel so good. All right. So, gonna go up here. And we're gonna go back down here. These things, I don't quite understand, like, lore-wise what they are. But I do know that you have to run through them, and there are statues in them sometimes. There are nice to get, but we don't have to get all of them. We just have to get one of them in here, as long as we explore the rest of the area. So, yeah, if you go 180 degrees from where you came from, there's almost always a way through. And now we have a different problem, and this is complicated to get through. But we do have a lot. Ooh, potatoes. I do want some potatoes. Not gonna lie to you. Give me some potatoes. Because you can get a lot of potatoes down here, and then you can make food stuff with them, which is really nice. I really like making food with them. Is that more silver? Meh. Whatever. All right, now we're going back, and oop, almost fell in the water. Do I run across here? Do I have the health to do that? Probably not, really. But meh. No time like the present, I see. I can get more potatoes. Get away from me. Nope, that's not super helpful. But okay. Oh no. Itch. Ooh, more salt. Let's go. I definitely like the salt, for real. Because you can make salted meat and a bunch of other stuff. All right. Very nice. Well, it doesn't look like I can really go anywhere down here, so that was kind of not as good. But it is nice that I could get through. Maybe I can get through over here. No, I doubt it. Ouch. 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 That's where Durin's axe would have been nice. And we'll go through this side just to make sure we didn't miss any statues. Just in case. And they'll always be on the stairs, like, when you come from... Oh. I've never seen one with more than 2 entrances. Very interesting. There's orcs. Well, we're going to check up these stairs first, just to make sure. Oh my gosh, there's dwarves. Nope, there's none. Alright, time to fight. Shall I use my orc weapon? Probably. Dude. Can you not? Come on. Yeah, so there's a little parry, but it's not like a parry necessarily.
Perfect.
Get slayed. Ow. No. Where'd you guys come from? Nice. Okay, well, I'm gonna get shadow cursed again, but oh well. Key, chest, rubies. All right. And we're gonna eat some lumbus bread. 'Cause I'm getting hurt. Ooh, do we have all this? No, I don't. I have very little of them. That's okay though. That's okay. We're gonna try to get through here. Not get shadow cursed again. Stupid.
There are trolls. I hate trolls.
Oop, I don't want to deal with that. Goodbye, troll. There's so much, like, purple smoke in here. I don't remember all that as much, at least. It's kind of interesting. The ornate shield. Whatever. I don't necessarily like the ornate shield. It's not that capable. I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but, like, it's not that capable. It's still going? For real? Man, I'm burning through food right now. Yes, future goals, though. We definitely need the stuff in the Elven Quarter, because we can make more lembas bread there. So we'll have to make a couple rounds around. Also, there's an orc town, I think, close by. Typically, when two statues are close to one another, they usually are marking something that's close by. And I don't know exactly what it is. It might be an outpost or like the Goblin Town or something like that. But we'll find out. We're gonna run back down here a little ways, see if there's anything back here. There is some stuff to mine, so that's cool. And some reason my guy can't jump a waist high on a dwarf wall. Oh. A deep cave. Yep. Don't really want to mess with that.
Deeps, the best spot to find precious gems.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they're cool, but like, I won't do that until we have to go find mithril. Because we'll need to make the mithril. Well, there's a mithril weapon. We'll just leave it at that. So that's cool. We got to the end of that, which is fine. And we'll go back over here. Hopefully not tangle with the troll. I don't really feel like doing that. Anything over here? Nope. I'm kind of surprised. They're close by and they just didn't mark anything. Kind of strange. I would have assumed that they would have marked something. We're gonna get poisoned. Nope. Okay. This way? Yeah. Nice. Okay. Oh, more. Nice. Cool. And then before we go back there, I mean, we're close by to the entrance, so we're going to make that map stone really quick before we go that way, just so that we have the ability to travel back there if we find another one. Save us some time and energy. Although I do love exploring in this game. It is really fun. Even if it is somewhat of the same stuff, it is so fun. Dude, I am in shadow again. To explore. I don't know. It's something, man. I mean, I know it's black and white right now because of the shadow cursed stuff, but
Quiet.
that's fun to watch.
I see prey ahead.
How do they get down here for real? Like, you know, there's a goat, right? Or whatever it is. What we would think of as like a goat. And it just appears in a cave that has been sealed for apparently 1,000 years. How? I mean, I don't doubt that they could live down here because of all the strange flora. But man, how do they do that? That's so weird. Oh, we got more ways to go. I wouldn't have assumed that. Go away. Oh, get him. Strange. Oh, we got another mine. Okay, I don't really care about that. Go away, sir. Go away. Run away! No, 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 no. It's not running away. It's tactical excursion. Yeah. Regrouping. That's what it is. Alright. It saw my sword and was like, nope. I shan't be dead today. I'll save you, don't worry. Do you remember how we got in there? Not really. There we are. Found it. Yeah, we'll only have like 10 more times of that getting shadow curse thing before we get back to where we were. But let's see. First of all, let's look at the map and see where we need to go. We got this area, we got this area. The drain pumps are really where we need to go. Do we need to go back here? Not really. I'm gonna go to drain pumps. Actually, before we do that, I'm gonna go back to base. And we're gonna repair some stuff and oh, I almost died there. Didn't even notice that. And we'll just repair everything. There we go. And yeah, I did say that we were gonna do some chests this time, huh? Well, let's say we get through the crystal descent area to where we have to do maybe the drain pumps, and then we'll start building chests, I think. I don't know how much bigger these chests are, to be honest. We're gonna find out. If they are really that nice. See, that's not that much bigger. Oh, we got 4 lines here. And we got 2 additional lines. So they're not that big. I kind of wish they were bigger, as expensive as they are. Not that I'm really worried about it, but yeah, they are kind of expensive for how big they are. Right now, we're just going to make some more wood chests. Oh, well. And on my previous world, I laid them all out like one row, and then I put a temporary floor and then another row. But I think I like this area better because the problem that I was having is the upper chests were too far ahead above me. They were like, you know, above my head. And that just made it really, really, really hard to get at it. So, see if we can craft anything. We can make a brew. Nice. Let's make a brew. We'll let that simmer and cook. We're gonna make some mushroom stew because we got a bunch of mushrooms, which is sick. And then we're gonna come up here and we're gonna establish the delving. What should we call it? We should call it Solomon. That starts with an S. Is there anything that starts with an S? Solomon's. I don't know. Solomon's Forge. We'll put that. Firm. All right. Gonna eat my food. I know it. Don't eat my food, boy. My food. Also, who is this guy? Did we rescue him last time? Is that what's happening? Oh, he's eating my food.
Greetings.
Not cool, bro. Not cool. He done stole my food. Oh, well. Gotta be more careful about that. And what are you good at? Metalworking. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. I probably should make them some beds while I'm at it. Because they don't really have any beds. No, I don't really have beds to make. But we'll put them down over here for now. Just in case. Because this one is mine. My bed. And I don't want a villager in my bed. So anyway, let's see here. Am I hungry again? Kinda. I'm all right. Sleeping away. All right. What can we make here? Oh, we can make some more lemon bread, which is very nice. We more of those, and I do know where to get more oats at. So if we go down to the mines of Moria, it should be right outside or close by, and I think it'll be close by. Excuse me. Had to get a big drink of water. Yeah, some of them regrew. A lot of them maybe, but okay. Come down here. Yeah, here we go. Ooh, sorry about the lag there. I don't know what happened. Also, the game thought I was falling there for a little bit. All right. Back to where we were going. Which is the Elven Wood area. Because we need some ale blooms, I think. What it's called? I'm sorry, great beast. I need your meat. Come here. Meat and hide. Yep. Oh well. All right. So Elven Quarter, and it's night out. So I don't really want to do this at night. Might wait on that a second. Okay. So we just need those. Olay, maybe? Whatever, we'll find out. We'll see if we can find any. It's so dark out here, though. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Again, I know I'm changing my mind. Sorry about that, but... what else can we do while we're at it? Looks like it's start chests. Maybe I'll do that. Alright, well... let's make... two stone chests, 2 wood chests, 2 gems chests, 2 ingots chests, and a food chest, maybe? We'll go with that. Alright, so let's start from the beginning here. We'll go food here. So... food. And we'll come over here and we'll grab anything food related. Oh. Everything out of that. Good there. I wasn't sure which one I was in. That's not food. Tin. We'll put grain in there. That's okay. And honey. We got a lot of that, actually. I'm kind of surprised. More food stuff. Cool. And is there anything in these? Yeah. I think that's it. Oh, maybe salt. I don't know what I'm going to do with salt. I don't think. We'll stick it in food for now. We'll see. We might make an extra one somewhere, but that's okay. We'll find out. All right. So we got the food chest. Now we're going to make these two end ones stone chests, I think. So we'll just name them stone. Like that. And we're going to leave everything that's stone in there. Oh, we need 2 ore chests too. I'm going to... And then this one... we stone as well. So we're gonna just go like that, just to mark what's going on. And this one's stone as well. Okay. And wood chests. So this one's gonna be wood. Okay. And we're gonna put anything wood in. I think that's all I got in there. Wood. Stone. And we don't really have a lot of that, huh? That's okay. It's okay. We can work with that. Let's make this one an ore chest. Like ores in here. Ores. Go. We got 2 stone. We got wood. We got ores. 2. Probably be gems. We'll take ingots out of here because I don't really like storing ingots and them together. But gold can go in there. So this one will be gems. Got wood. Got stone. Got ores. We need metal. Okay. So there is going to be more metal later on, but we'll just leave that for now. I tend to pick up a lot of it. And we need cloth, hide. Okay. So hide scraps, hide. Go. And then... do I have anything that's like out of order? I think so. Okay. Now we need an ingots one. Did I already make one? Nope. Okay, ingots. I have a tendency to make a bunch of them. So I'd rather have them and not need them rather than not need them and... Sorry, I said that wrong. I'd rather have them and not need them than not have them and need them. I think I said that right. Alright, coal. Don's here. Nice. And we don't have any scroll shelves yet. Can I make any of those? I can. Nice. Very cool. Where should we stick them at? Stick them here. I think that makes. And we'll stick the other one. Oh, we need a bunch more wood scraps. Ooh. We'll have to wait on that, I suppose. Well, that's okay. For now, though, we'll make a misc chest. To stick this stuff in. And we'll call that good for now. I think I like that. Hello, sir. Alright, so we need more blooms. Dawn is at hand, and it should be fairly light out. So we're gonna go find out and try to get some wood while we're at it. Oh, hello. Oh, I missed. Where have you gone? Here we go. Yeah, so salted meat is probably going to be my food of choice for a while. I mean, lembas is phenomenal, but it is somewhat complicated and expensive to make, which I don't necessarily enjoy. Apologies. I like the voice type when I'm texting, so I was doing that. And I don't like any of those. They're not great. Alright. So let's see. Wood. I feel kind of bad for just like leveling the trees in this area, but because it looks so cool, and I really wish there was another way to do that, but unfortunately there's not really. So what we're looking for is the little blooms on the ground. So right next to us you can see cabbage and grab apples. But the cabbage is kind of useless in my opinion. I don't really like it so much. I do like the music in this game. It's nice to listen to. Nice. Alright, so we needed 36 for that, right? So we can make it one of them, which is nice. We'll probably have some extra wood, too. Alright. So if you see any statues, not the ones you rebuild, the special, so these are what we're looking for. But there's a special one that gives you blessings, I think they're called. Oh, that's a bear. Leave me alone, bear. And so the blessings are needed to make lembas bread too. This thing. It takes 1 blessings per 1 lembas. Yeah. 1 blessing per 1 lembas, I think. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I think there's only one of those, which is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. I'm happy with it. Oh, yeah. Hope I'm starving. Well, let's try to make some food before they eat my food. Would be ideal. You better not eat my food. Mine. Oh, you're famished? Oh, good.
Mountain smiles on us today.
Well, if they eat it, whatever, I guess. I can starve for a while, I suppose. Alright, so let's make let's say we made the scroll one. Okay. We need the normal bookcase one. And we'll stick it here. Like that. Okay. Now, does it recognize stuff in the chest? No, it doesn't. That's okay. Oh, Isk. They're gonna eat it. Yep. It's okay. Add books. Okay. So yeah, as it fills up, it starts to fill up the whole thing. And then you can sit there and study them, which is pretty cool. Like that. I don't know what it does exactly, but it's cool. Okay, can you eat it, sir? Him?
Smells delicious.
Oh, okay. All right then. Moving on.
Robust progress so far.
All right. Now, let's see. Do we need to make a key still? Yeah. So that's the other thing we needed for it. And we got the key, so now we can go back down to, I believe, the mines. Find out. We'll find out which one it is. I don't know if I did it or not yet. But we'll see. Here we are. Nice.
Old King Dane's letter. Why was he waiting for Durin's return? Who even knows when that'll be?
Okay. Where is this axe fragment? Oh, it's in Orktown. Well, we should probably get that. Edolembus. Oh well. I don't know why it always thinks I'm falling right there. Kind of funny. Oh, and you know what? I went the wrong way. Oops. Apologize about the lag there. Kind of strange. Alright, we need to go this way. Okay. And since we've already been through here, there shouldn't be a lot in there, which would be great. Oh, it's spider. Hey, welcome. If you're new here, I like to talk about Bible and Lord of the Rings, so if you would like to hear the lesson or message or whatever you call it, when I'm done streaming, it'll be posted, and watch the first like maybe half hour of the video, and yeah, if there's any way that I can great for you guys, then feel free to let me know. But right now we're looking for the second axe fragment, and I don't really want to deal with any of this, so we just leave it there. I hope that there's a way eventually, I don't know how to, but eventually to make my stamina regen a little faster. I don't know exactly how. I know you can like jump and have it come down less fast, but other than that, man, hoofing it places is just not so fun. Oh, I forgot to cut this down. Well, come on then. You broke your own respawn point. Stupid. Come on then. You missed. Ah. Alright, give me the key. I'm gonna steal all your loot. That's what you get for attacking me. Granted, I am kind of invading your own home, but eh. Whatever. Let's see. Well, that wasn't it. This dungeon confused me last stream. It's not, or usually the jail is like the opposite area. Is there anything good in here? Little fragments, coins. All right, and then I believe the axe fragment is up somewhere. There it is. And I can't jump it. Can I quick? There we go. Nice. Oh. Can I? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to get out of this. Wow, I've never had this problem before. Perhaps if I make a platform close by? No? Okay. That works. No? Well... I don't know. That is something new and wondrous. Perhaps if I connect platforms together. How could I possibly have gotten stuck on a chain? I don't understand. In the slightest. Alright, well, we might have to use the dev menu here, because I'm not getting out of here. I have no button that makes that possible. Yeah, that's a problem. Well, these are set for my other world, but we'll see what happens here. Oh, good. It did work. All right. Well, disregard that. All that stuff. We're going to have to go back and get that fragment. And hopefully not get stuck on the stupid chain thing. How ridiculous. I've never seen that before. Alright. Running back to it. Alright. It's all good, though. Taking the scenic route. Oh. There is an orc, sir. Maybe that's a goblin. That's a goblin. Come here, buddy.
Perfect.
Oh, that never gets old. This hammer is so fun. It has the thunder, or what is it called? The lightning enchantment. And it is quite fun. And the stamina's getting old. Alright, so go way. And then this way. There we go. Alright. Do not get stuck on the chain. There we go. All right. Is there anything here? Meat. Should I trust orcish meat? Probably not. But we're gonna do it anyway. Why not? You know what I mean? It is what it is. Thankfully, food poisoning isn't a thing in this game. Poison is, I suppose. But it's very minute. This way. Still not sure what biteweed is used for. Alright, finally we're getting out of there. Which is great. And we can go back. To home? And I don't know if we can make the crossbow yet, but if we can, we're going to try to make the crossbow and then go to the pumps. Hello, goblin, sir. Oh. Sorry, rust you. Here, let me give you a chance. Ow.
Knock this one dead.
Goodbye. Anyway. Boing. Alright. Home we go. Now let's see what we need. If we can craft it. Where that's crafted at? I don't know. should be here. Did I just miss it? Is that what happened? Oh, here it is. Okay. We just needed some silver. That's not bad. And we need some silver for its arrows, too. So let's make some silver up. And I don't want to carry my weaponry while I'm in base. Kind of overkill. There we are. Now we'll wait for that. And while we're waiting for that, let's see if we can make any more lembas bread. One more lembas bread. Oh, yay. All right. But we got a mug of ale. And you can sing and dance. Sometimes he puts it on his head, but it's kind of funny.
Mystery pie for dinner. Alpha cooked a feast, but Alpha must have used his axe to pick the recipe. Stones instead of berries. Alpha bakes robust. Alpha dusted soil atop to brown the crackly crust. Narzun, Bunud, a blunder and a fumble. Narzun, Bunud.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
In his brain. His skull is full of pebbles and rocks and bricks and grass and grain. Narzun Bunud, you rubblehead.
Well, now he seems to not want to stop.
Oh,
there we go.
live for ale, a fire, and a sword.
There we are. All right. So, if that silver is done. Perfect. Okay, first stage crossbow. That's what we need. And, we don't have its bolts. Oh, there we go. First stage bolts. More silver. Yep, no problem. We can definitely do that. It makes 15 bolts every time, which is pretty sick. Stick it here. All right, and we'll make one of these for now. I should only need 15 of them, but we'll make an extra set just to make sure before I get into that and then not have them, you know. All right. What shall I make? I do have some more meat, but oh. Make some mushroom stew, because I can make 3 of them. One for everybody. And then I'm going to go to sleep. And I'm going to let them kind of do their own thing. Literally eat my food. Nope, they're asleep. Cool. Nice. Alright, can I enchant or bribe runes on the crossbow? No. That's okay. Alright, boss fight time. Let's do it. So we got food, we got a bow, the crossbow. And all we need to do is go out. We got a bunch of stuff on us. Maybe we should sort that first. Alright, now I gotta actually remember where I stuck stuff at. So stone. I can just deposit similar, I suppose, too. That's helpful. Oop. Okay. All those go in food. There we go. All right. Now we can do that. Okay. Great. Rain pumps. There we go. And we'll need to make a bunch of iron stuff too, but I'm gonna wait on that a little bit until after this.
Ah, here it is, the ancient drain pump.
Okay,
Easy
so obviously
enough.
it's quite bright in here.
Quiet.
Sure.
I see prey
Not.
ahead.
Let's. Oh, I just took my wood off too, eh? Hey, man. Cut that out. Alright. I'm gonna have to cut some of these mushrooms down just so I have some wood. And, you know, a little extra wood at home wouldn't help. Wouldn't hurt either. Help. Yeah, that wouldn't help. Ah. I cut these down. We're gonna find out. Yes, indeed. Alright, how much wood do I got? Probably not enough. I would think. I'm gonna aim for like 30, maybe. Because, yeah, you can get out to the Watcher, but then you gotta get across somehow, and I forget how to do that. Although I might be able to make, piers, which I didn't know existed until, like, a couple days ago. Disregard the camera angle. I want to get really up and close and personal so I can really see what I'm hitting. Oh, okay. Wonder if bludgeoning works better. Oh, wow, it does. Huh. That's odd. Boing. Really?
Eyes
Come here,
up!
moth.
Monsters in the air!
Are you kidding me?
Perfect!
There we go. Alright, how much wood we got now? We got 30. That's perfect. Alright, let's do this. Right. So. So, can I make this pier? Yes. Am I not building it on water? Apparently not. Oh, there we are. All right. So I'll just need to create some. I don't know what. One of these. Those. There we go. That'll work. Yeah. Okay, and then up here, I'll just keep. That was not right. Unfortunate. That wood is gone. Alright, so I don't want to really use a bunch of those because they're going to get used up. And that wouldn't be so good to use them, so. We're just going to kind of go like this. And there he is. Come on, my guy. Fight me! Alright then. Apparently it doesn't want to. He called timeout before the fight even started. Hmm. Huh. Well, I'm waiting for you to attack me. There we go.
What is that?
Nope, I missed.
Monster in the water. Is that
They're all,
another
they're
water?
all dropping on here.
Good
That's so weird. Well, it's kind of nice that they all grouped up like that.
That's all you got?
I missed. Uh-oh. Oh, there goes all my platforms. That's so unfortunate. I wanted those. Those were nice. Yeah, so if you choose to shoot the eyes, they're not super hard. Like, the difficulty settings is effectively based on... Ouch. On how hard it hits you. But it's not actually that complicated.
That's one more for me.
Whack! Alright, come on, man, dude. There it is. Alright. Back to our building. I don't know if I get those stuff back. I don't think I do.
I wonder if
Oh,
it's
well.
the same Watcher that attacked the Fellowship.
I like how everybody knows who the Fellowship is. I mean, obviously, canonically, like, they're famous, but it's still kind of funny to me that he's like, oh, wow. Wonder if they dealt with the Fellowship. Oh. Kind of funny to me. And we're not going to get super far. We're going to need more of this. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Get out the way, boy. Alright. Time to go cut more mushrooms, I suppose. And what would we say? The hammer works the best? Which is odd. Must have something to do with the enchantment. I would think. Like, it's odd that bludgeoning would work the best. But it's probably that, like, it's not very resistant to electric or something. Oop. Yes, that does 44 on a hard hit. Oh. Oh, never mind. That does way better. Ha. Whoops. I take back everything I said about the wood. That's fine. How much do we got of it now? 27. Maybe we can get a few platforms in. I don't know if we're gonna get all the way over there. I really hope so. Because the temporary platforms, the little ones, they don't go like infinite amount forward. But the pier technically has the water or something. I would think that would be their lore base for that, but has the water supporting it. But there is a support mechanism, so if you have more than, I think, 4 temporary platforms straight out, then it won't go any farther. So it kind of is what it is there. I should have brought the stuff for map stones, but I don't think I did. No. That's okay. As long as we have this here, it should be okay. And I do want to see if it's the same amount of pipes every time. Because this thing is just like a forge. You'll have to rebuild it. Unfortunate. Okay. So we'll do the rest. This. Yep, and you see it's already unsupported. Unless you go like this. You can stair step them. And somehow it negates its own reasoning. It's kind of funny to me. But there we are. Perfect. Alright. Now, there is quite a few pieces that you gotta rebuild. The last time I was here, it was 4 pipes and 1 cog. So, we'll see if that's still an accurate assessment. Okay. There's 1 pipe there. 1 there. I know more there's not. 1 there. 1 here. There's 1 for there. Okay. So it looks like 3 additional ones. Yep. Alright. So 3 additional ones. We'll have to produce those out of iron. This is okay. Hello, God. Oh, that wasn't very nice. Why'd you do that? Oh, I see. Alright. So the easiest way that I found to do this is to build the stuff that you need here to automatically take it out of your chest so you have the right amount. So, these things first, though. I'll need to craft more ingots. And we've got gobs of it, so I might as well. Because if we go to crafting and we go to forge, we'll need replacement pipe, and so yeah, we'll need 3 of those. So we'll need 15 plus stuff we need for the forge and the hearth. We'll do 1 of these. And we'll do these. So the pipes, you can't carry them. Or you can't jump with them. And it would be so long to try to carry them over there. So that just would not be fun. But what we can do is make a forge over there and then build them over there. And then take the forge home. So, yep, we just need, let's see, 7 more. 7 more, I think. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. As I just said that we shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Can I travel with it? We're gonna find out. If that's the case, then I'll just build another map stone. Let's find out. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, let's go back home. I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty cool, though. We're just gonna, like... Oh. Okay. Anyway. So we're just gonna get rid of these, I guess. At least this one. And we're gonna make a map stone. There. Okay. And then we're gonna make more of these things. Okay. And one more. Like this. Alright. We got the stuff we need. And we're going to take these with us. Nice. Alright. Got the stuff we need. Carry this along with us. This one's going to be kind of strenuous, but... Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave this one here for now. I'm going to travel there. Grab the thing I need. Take the map stone over there. Come back. Grab the pipe. That's what I'm going to do. Because carrying it along this whole thing would just be so
Quiet.
not fun.
I see prey ahead.
Hello, goat. Ah, there's bats. Get away from me. Ow! Not cool, bro. Alright, you know what? That's what I think of that. You wanna go? Come on then. I thought. Anyway. Alright then. Come in here. This down. Then we're gonna make our map stone. We're gonna stick it here. Activate it. Go to Elven Quarter. Grab our first pipe. And what would it be? This one? I don't know. Yes, okay. Here we are. Nice. I really wish there was a way to name them. I don't know how to do that, though. And this is, yeah. Something else. I don't know how to... I saw somebody... Oh, it's R. Okay. We're just gonna chuck it over there. And then we're gonna make a temporary platform. Here. Carry it. Hook it up here. Oh, that didn't work. Alright then. We're just gonna... I don't know. Range. What if I biff it? Nope. Okay. No, I almost got it. Here. Yeah, there we go. Alright. We got that one to deal with. And there's one in the front, I think, too. That is so annoying. Go away. Go away. Okay. So there's one over here. I just hit R and throw it over. Well, see, the problem is that I don't want to hit any of this stuff. I don't know how far can I throw it. That's the problem. I don't know if I want to do that. Hmm. I almost want to go through the back side of it. I would think that would be better. Okay. Let's see. Throw it over here. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I figured. Alright then. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna go pull the lever, and if it's not that, then there is one more. Do we have the prompt yet? Yes, we do. Very nice. Okay. So... probably want to take this stuff with us. Just because I don't really need to come here back here anymore. And like, I've seen people build bases here, I just don't really do that. Here, anyway. Obviously I build bases, just not here. But now, it's through these ways, so. And then where we just drained is Durin's Forge. The Durin's Forge is the next forge, and we'll do basically what we just did with the pipes. But it's just the typical one pipe, one crank, one cog at a forge, and they're all in the area that they should be, which is really nice. I really appreciate that. Oh, good. Hiya! I don't want to go that way. This way? Nope. This way. Oh my goodness, I'm getting poisoned at the same time. Please stop hitting me. Thank you. Ow. Okay. I'm getting jumped. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, thanks, Pork Boy, for helping me. Oh no, I died. Oh no. Oh no. That is super unfortunate. Okay. Well, probably should go get our stuff back. Hopefully, there is no longer 1,000 spiders there. But we won't see until we get there, I suppose. But the Pilgrim Library is cool. That's nice. We'll need that after a little while, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was that we needed it for, but I'm pretty sure it's for like a tool or something like that. Oh, there's a good chance that I might die here. Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to just figure it out. Yep. Okay.
We got ore!
Oh no. Oh no. Leave me alone. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Ah, a horde! Get ready!
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Did the spiders kill them all? That's crazy. Where's my food at? That is not good. That is not good. Okay. A hot bar got messed up.
Ha ha! That's one more for me!
Ow. 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 Okay. All right. You go this way. Why are you in here, boy? Oh, there's a horde here. That's why. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Oh. Oh boy, came back. Got
Not this one dead! Perfect!
Hey man. Can you go away? Please? Thank you. Alright then. Back to singing. Cool. Alright, well let's try to fix this stuff.
Another time!
That works. Okay. I do actually have to finish the song. I think.
The world was young, the mountains green, no stain yet on the moon was seen, no words were
I do like how they incorporate the singing of the dwarves into this game. It's pretty cool.
during work and walked alone. He named the nameless hills and dells. He drank from yet untasted.
I don't know where all the other dwarves came from. Kind of funny.
Looked in mirror and saw a crown of stars appear as gems upon a silver thread above the shadow of his head.
There we go. There's a hammer.
Odin wakes from sleep.
Noise. Alright, well, let's continue on our journey here. Or not. Alright, alright. Ooh, my bad. It was the Belagast Forge, not the Durance Forge. That's next. Man, poisoned and shadow is not fun. All right. Cool. Oh, the works are back. Get away. Sir. That's a troll. That's a troll. Ouch. That's not very sportsmanlike. Shooting me in the back. Oh, and that's the last statue in this area. Cool. Very nice. Well, nothing was that way. So it must be outside more. There we are. Okay, back the way we go. This way. Oh, that's a wall. Hey, don't yell at me, sir. That's not very nice. Not cool, dude. Just yelling at me for no reason. Yeah, okay. Oh, Shadow Cursed again. Oh, wonderful. I think I just got into a troll cave accidentally. Oops. There we go. Do I have any platforms, maybe? Yep. Oop, I missed. Not even a doorway. Strange. There should be like an armor enchantment for being resistant to this. Besides just Durin's axe. Because I don't know if there is one. Ooh, it's like eating away at my health. Move, dude. I didn't know that it would stack as you were in there longer. Strange. Perfect. And now there's going to be a bunch of them in here, but I'm not going to worry about them. Dwarves. Yeah, alright. Bar. Just jumped out of the water. I mean, out of the middle of the road.
Good. The flood is receding.
Ow, bro. There we are. All right. Nope.
Perfect.
All right. Belagast Forge. Nice. Okay. And we need to rebuild this, so we're going to do that quick. And I did not know until recently that you could hook these things up there. So I'm going to try that instead of my normal building a bunch of platforms. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, move back, move back, move back. There we go. Nice. I didn't know I could do that. That's pretty sick. All right. All I need is 2 platforms. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. And we just need the cog on the other side. Ouch. It's here. And that'll be it for this forge. And we'll watch it just for fun. Just because we can. And there'll be a horde coming. It's so cool. Does fire hurt? Doesn't appear that way. Does this fire hurt? Let me stand right in the middle of it. Nice. Alright, let's see if we can make our stuff first before they all get here. Like this. And mapstone. Nice. And what we unlocked here? Oh. Maybe we'll need to make a Schnorr ingot first. But we got a lot done today. And it was fun. So now let's sort our stuff here. Yeah, so Misk chest has bones in it. And, those, I suppose. Ingots is what I need. There we go. We're out of food. There we are. Alright. Prepare our stuff. Alrighty then. Well, with that said, thank you for watching. And I don't know what I'm going to be streaming next. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But regardless, when I stream next, it'll be number 4 of this playthrough. So if you want to watch, stay tuned. And love you guys.